There's a quiet frustration that many of us over 60 know well. It's that feeling an hour or two after a meal, that gentle, creeping fatigue, the slight brain fog, the sense that your energy has peaked and is now heading downhill. For years, many of us were told the culprit was the potato on our plate, the scoop of rice, or the pasta in our bowl. We were taught to fear these starches. But a growing body of scientific evidence suggests we may have been missing a crucial and remarkably simple step in their preparation. What if I told you that by simply cooking, cooling, and sometimes reheating these very foods, you could fundamentally change how your body processes them? This small kitchen habit can help flatten those post-meal blood sugar curves, providing you with steadier, more reliable energy throughout the day. It can also nourish the trillions of beneficial microbes living in your gut, which are essential for everything from digestion to immune health. Today, we are going to explore the science of something called resistant starch. We'll cover how it works in the body, demonstrate how to prepare these foods to maximize its benefits, and discuss how to incorporate them into your meals safely and effectively. This isn't about a restrictive diet. It's about a smarter way of cooking that unlocks hidden health potential in foods you may already love. Stay with me because the science is fascinating and the steps are wonderfully practical. And as always, our conversation today is about making small, safe adjustments, not drastic overhauls. Hello, I'm Dr. Daniel Bennett, and my purpose here is to bring you clear, science-backed health information that you can use in your everyday life. We're building a community here dedicated to aging with vitality and confidence. If you find value in calm, straightforward health advice, I'd be honored if you'd join us by clicking that subscribe button. Your comments and questions are what make this a true conversation, so please feel free to share your thoughts below. Let's begin with the food on our plates. For many of us, a meal including potatoes, rice, or pasta can feel satisfying in the moment, but the aftermath can be less pleasant. That slump in energy I mentioned earlier is often the result of a rapid spike and then a subsequent crash in blood sugar. When we eat a typical starchy food, our digestive system works very efficiently to break it down into simple sugars, primarily glucose. This glucose enters our bloodstream quickly, giving us a burst of energy. To manage this influx of sugar, our pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to act like a key, unlocking our cells so they can take in that glucose and use it for fuel. But when the sugar rush is too fast and too high, the body can sometimes overcompensate, releasing a large amount of insulin that clears the sugar too quickly. This can lead to a blood sugar level that dips below where it started, causing that familiar feeling of fatigue, irritability, and even renewed hunger for more quick energy. It's a bit of a roller coaster, and over the years, riding this roller coaster too often can tax our system and decrease our body's sensitivity to insulin. This is where resistant starch changes the story. As its name suggests, it resists digestion in the upper part of our digestive tract. Think of a regular starch molecule as a simple chain of beads. Your digestive enzymes can easily snip those beads apart into individual sugar units. But when you cook and then cool a starchy food like a potato, something amazing happens. The starch molecules change their shape. They crystallize and pack together tightly in a process called retrogradation. Imagine those simple chains of beads now being bundled up and locked inside a tiny, complex treasure chest. Your digestive enzymes, which could easily snip the single chains, can't open these locked chests. So, these bundles of resistant starch travel through the stomach and small intestine largely untouched. Because they aren't broken down into sugar, they don't enter the bloodstream. There's no big sugar spike, and therefore no big insulin surge, and no subsequent crash. The practical application of this science is wonderfully simple. It's the cook-cool-reheat method. You cook your potatoes, pasta, or rice as you normally would. Then, you let them cool completely in the refrigerator for at least several hours, though up to 24 hours seems to be most effective according to some studies. This cooling period is when the magic of retrogradation happens and resistant starch is formed. You can then eat the food cold, as in a potato salad or pasta salad. Or, and this is the part many people are surprised by, you can gently reheat it. Reheating does not destroy a significant amount of the newly formed resistant starch. This simple act of preparation transforms a fast-digesting carb into a slower-burning fuel source. The most immediate benefit you might notice is more stable energy. Instead of that peak and valley, your energy levels feel more like a gentle, rolling hill. You may also feel fuller for longer after a meal, which can naturally help with managing portion sizes and reducing the urge to snack between meals. This is because the resistant starch, along with the other components of your meal, slows down the rate at which your stomach empties. It's a simple change, but its effect on your daily experience of energy and satiety can be quite profound. Now, let's look more closely at the blood sugar benefit, because it's one of the most powerful reasons to consider this method. Managing blood sugar is not just a concern for those with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. It's a cornerstone of healthy aging for everyone. Stable blood sugar is linked to better cognitive function, healthier blood vessels, reduced inflammation, and more consistent energy levels. When we rely on foods that spike our blood sugar, we're repeatedly asking our pancreas to work overtime. Over decades, this can contribute to insulin resistance, a condition where our cells become less responsive to insulin signals. The body then has to produce even more insulin to do the same job, creating a cycle that can be difficult to break. By incorporating cooled starches, you are giving your body a break. Because the resistant starch portion of the food doesn't contribute to a blood sugar rise, the overall glycemic impact of the meal is lower. This means your pancreas can release a more moderate, appropriate amount of insulin. It's less of an emergency response and more of a routine operation. This gentle approach helps preserve and can even improve your body's insulin sensitivity over time. So, how do we put this into practice? Let's talk portions and preparation. Portion size is still very important. This method makes starchy foods more blood sugar friendly, but it doesn't make them a free food you can eat in unlimited quantities. A good starting point for a portion is about the size of your cupped hand. This translates to roughly one medium-sized potato, or about half to 3/4 of a cup of cooked rice or pasta. One of the easiest ways to start is by batch cooking. On a Sunday, you could boil a few potatoes or cook a pot of brown rice. Let them cool completely, then store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator. Now you have a ready-to-go base for meals throughout the week. You can cube the cold potatoes for a potato salad or gently reheat a scoop of rice to serve alongside some chicken and vegetables. A crucial safety note here, especially concerning potatoes. Potatoes are a good source of potassium. For most people, this is a wonderful benefit, as potassium helps regulate blood pressure and fluid balance. However, for individuals with advanced chronic kidney disease, CKD, or those on a medically supervised potassium-restricted diet, it's very important to be mindful of potato intake. If this applies to you, please discuss incorporating potatoes, prepared this way or any other, with your doctor or registered dietitian. They can provide guidance tailored to your specific health needs. For everyone else, this is simply a tool to add to your toolbox, not a replacement for your doctor's advice or prescribed medications for blood sugar management. Before we move on, I want to address a common myth. Many people believe that after a certain age, all starchy carbohydrates are bad and should be avoided entirely. This is an oversimplification that can lead to a less enjoyable and less nutritious diet. The truth is, the quality, type, and preparation of carbohydrates matter immensely. Whole food sources of carbohydrates provide essential energy and fiber. By using this cook-cool-reheat method, you're not just eating a carb. You are intelligently modifying it to make it work better for your body. It is about being smart with your food choices, not fearful of them. If this explanation is clarifying things for you, a quick tap on that subscribe button helps ensure you won't miss our next video. Now, let's journey deeper into the body, past the stomach and small intestine, and into the large intestine or colon. This is where the second major benefit of resistant starch comes to life. This is the part of the story that's all about our gut microbiome, the vast and complex ecosystem of trillions of bacteria and other microbes living within us. We now understand that the health of this inner garden is deeply connected to our overall health. Most of the food we eat is digested and absorbed before it ever reaches the colon. But resistant starch, because it resisted digestion, arrives in the colon intact. And for the beneficial bacteria that live there, this is a feast. Resistant starch is what is known as a prebiotic. A prebiotic is essentially fertilizer for the good microbes in your gut. When these beneficial bacteria ferment or feed on resistant starch, they produce a variety of helpful compounds. The most well-studied of these are short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. One of the most important SCFAs is called butyrate. You can think of butyrate as a superstar molecule for gut health. It is the primary fuel source for the cells that line your colon, helping to keep the gut wall strong and healthy. A strong gut lining is crucial for preventing unwanted substances from leaking into the bloodstream, a concept often referred to as leaky gut. Butyrate also has powerful anti-inflammatory effects, not just in the gut, but throughout the body. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a known driver of many age-related health issues, so anything we can do to safely and naturally lower it is a victory. Furthermore, some studies suggest that SCFAs like butyrate, produced in the gut, can travel through the bloodstream and help improve insulin sensitivity in other parts of the body, creating a positive feedback loop that further supports stable blood sugar. So, by eating a simple, cooled potato, you are not just feeding yourself. You are directly nourishing the trillions of allies within you that work to keep you healthy. The tangible benefits of this can take a little longer to notice than the blood sugar effects. Over time, you may experience more comfortable and regular digestion. For some, it can lead to less gas and bloating, though it's important to introduce it correctly. This brings us to a practical point, starting low and going slow. If your diet has been relatively low in fiber and prebiotics, suddenly introducing a large amount of resistant starch can cause some temporary gas or bloating. This is not a sign that it's bad for you. It's simply a sign that your gut microbiome is adapting. The microbes that feed on resistant starch may be low in number, and when you suddenly provide a feast, they can multiply rapidly, producing more gas than you're used to. The best approach is to start with a very small portion, perhaps a quarter of a cooled potato or just 2 to 3 tablespoons of cooled rice or pasta. Have this every other day for a week. See how your body feels. If you feel fine, you can gradually increase the portion size or the frequency. This gentle introduction gives your inner garden time to adjust and cultivate a more robust population of these beneficial microbes. Patience here is key. The final piece of this puzzle is about building a complete, balanced meal. Resistant starch is a fantastic tool, but it works best as part of a team. Eating even a blood sugar-friendly carbohydrate by itself is a missed opportunity. To create truly stable, long-lasting energy and maximize the nutritional benefit of your meal, you must practice the power of pairing. This means combining your resistant starch with adequate protein and healthy fats. Protein, fiber, and fat all work together to slow down digestion. They signal to your body that you are full and satisfied, and they ensure a very slow, gradual release of energy from your meal. This is what helps you avoid that 3 p.m. slump and the craving for a sugary snack. Think of protein and fat as the brakes on the digestive process, ensuring everything proceeds at a nice, even pace. Let's make this concrete with a few simple meal ideas. These aren't complicated recipes. They are templates you can adapt based on what you have on hand. First, let's build a smarter potato salad. Start with one medium potato that you have boiled, cooled completely, and cubed. Instead of a heavy, store-bought mayonnaise, try using plain Greek yogurt as your base. It's packed with protein and has a lovely tang. Or, you can use a mayonnaise made with avocado oil. To this, add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, some finely diced celery, and red onion for crunch and extra fiber. Now for the crucial protein component. Add a chopped hard-boiled egg or a small can of tuna or salmon packed in water. Mix it all together gently. You now have a complete meal with resistant starch, high-quality protein, and healthy fats. Next, let's reimagine a rice bowl. Take your portion of pre-cooked and cooled brown rice, about half a cup. Gently reheat it or have it at room temperature. Top it with a source of lean protein. This could be leftover shredded rotisserie chicken, a scoop of chickpeas or black beans, or some edamame. Then, add color and nutrients with vegetables. A handful of fresh spinach, some sliced bell peppers, or steamed broccoli all work beautifully. Finally, drizzle with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and a squeeze of lemon juice. This is a balanced, satisfying meal that takes just minutes to assemble. And finally, a clever pasta salad. Cook a batch of whole wheat or chickpea pasta at the beginning of the week and store it in the fridge. For a quick lunch, take a 1-cup portion. Toss it with a couple of tablespoons of pesto, which provides healthy fats from olive oil and pine nuts. Add a handful of cherry tomatoes and some cubed grilled chicken or a half-cup of canned cannellini beans for protein. This is a vibrant, delicious meal that hits all the right notes for stable energy. The principle is always the same. Start with your cooled, resistant starch base, add a generous source of protein, and finish with healthy fats and colorful vegetables. This formula is the key to turning a simple starch into a powerhouse meal that will support your health from your blood sugar to your gut microbiome. Taking charge of our health as we age can sometimes feel overwhelming, with conflicting advice coming from every direction. But what we've talked about today isn't a fad or a complicated regimen. It's a return to a simpler, wiser way of preparing basic foods. It's a testament to the idea that small, thoughtful actions in our own kitchens can have a truly meaningful and positive impact on our well-being. You hold so much power in your daily choices. This isn't about achieving perfection overnight. It's about curiosity and gentle experimentation. It's about progress, not perfection. Every small step you take, like trying one of these simple meal ideas, is a wonderful investment in your long-term health and vitality. You are capable of making changes that help you feel stronger and more energetic. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What is one starchy food you enjoy that you might try this cook, cool, reheat method with? Perhaps it's a favorite potato dish or a simple side of rice. Sharing your ideas might just inspire someone else in our wonderful community. If you found this guide helpful and empowering, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Each interaction helps us reach and support more people over 60 who are looking for calm, credible guidance on their health journey. Thank you so much for your time and your trust today.